Hello, friends, this is Professor Google. On my channel, you mostly watch videos about the beautiful world around us. But today, we're going to talk about something else. What is it? Keep watching to find out. Bees don't fly in the dark. Were you ever curious why you don't see bees at night? It's because they don't fly in the dark. In this video, you can see a few bees flying inside a clear box. When the room is well lit, the bees fly normally, but as soon as the person turns off the lights, all the insects drop down. It's as if their wings were deactivated with the lights turning off. Someone might think the bees got shocked, but they actually just intentionally stopped flying and fell to the ground. An amazing fact is that even though bees are one of the most well-studied insects, we still don't know the exact explanation for this behavior. Most bees stop and fall to the bottom of the container, but other bees demonstrate a different behavior. Scientists believe that this strange behavior is a navigational blocking mechanism. It stops bees when it's dark and difficult to navigate, allowing the colony to remain safe. Also, lowering to a lower height reduces the risk of being blown away by wind. Some bee species fly at night, but most of these insects are diurnal creatures that are more productive when the sun is high in the sky. These species use the sun's rays for navigation to their hives. Dog food tasting in the world, there are all sorts of specialists. Some are more common than others. Teachers, engineers, architects, programmers, and designers. These are the professionals you have heard of. But did you know that there are some rather strange professions in the world? We are sure you didn't know that some people work as dog food tasters. Yes, you heard that right. Very few people work in this field. Usually, there is little demand for them, but let us note that their salary is quite decent. If the thought of trying your pet's wet food is unpleasant to you, just know that someone, somewhere, is getting paid to do it. We know it sounds silly, but in reality, the job of these specialists is a bit more complicated than it seems. They don't just taste dog food. People who are usually hired for this position are dietitians, or at least those with similar education. They don't always need to taste the food. The most important thing is to evaluate its nutritional value, write reports, and find ways to improve the recipe. Dog food tasters may need to critically evaluate the smell of the food and decide whether it will meet the dog's preferences. The good news is that tasters don't actually consume the food, they just need to evaluate its taste, texture, and aroma. After that, tasters can freely spit it out. Is it really necessary to hire people to do this job? Yes, especially if they taste food for pedigree dogs. So how much can you get for this job? The average salary for a dog food taster is at least $34,000 a year, but it can also grow up to $100,000 a year. The clever crow. Crows are among the smartest creatures, and these two videos will prove it. In this video, you can see a crow pecking at a big piece of bread while a rodent sits nearby trying to get a piece of food. Crows have become popular because they are cute, but let's not forget that these guys are omnivorous and can eat meat if they want. That's why the rodent is incredibly cautious when approaching the bird. But the crow did something unexpected. She broke off a piece of bread and brought it to where the rat was hiding. A very cute gesture. But someone claims that the crow is trying to set a trap for the rat to catch it. In the next video, you can see how a clever crow quickly figures out how to crack nuts. After getting a nut, the crow put it in the middle of the road and waited for a passing car to run over it. This decision may be risky, but it paid off. These two videos definitely demonstrate impressive displays of crow intelligence. Lonely Castle. Most people do not know that there is a magical place in Ireland, McDermott's Castle. It is a castle located on Castle Island, a small floating piece of land less than a hectare in size. It is a magnificent place, especially beautiful from a bird's eye view. The castle was built between the 10th and 12th centuries and has been redesigned several times. But despite the fact that more than 100 years have passed since the final construction, the castle remains in excellent condition. Ireland considers it an important historical monument. The logging operation failed. Cutting down a tree is not as easy as it seems. Experienced loggers know a lot about felling trees, but most people don't realize how precise you need to be to make a tree fall. Look at these guys. After using a chainsaw to fell a tree, they didn't realize it was about to hit one of them. Luckily, the person remained unharmed. In the second clip, nothing was damaged, Thankfully, except for the loggers' pride in a poorly constructed fence, which should be fixed before the neighbors notice. In the last clip, we didn't quite understand what was destroyed, but hopefully, the tree didn't fall on someone's house. From the camera's perspective, the tree looks small, but if you pay attention to the size of the person trying to get as far away from the tree as possible, you can imagine how huge the tree is. Flood? No problem. They say that if you truly love something, nothing will stop you from getting it or doing it. We think this guy's love for music is on an incredibly high level. In this video, you can see a man playing the piano inside a flooded house. This clip was shot in December 2021 when a powerful typhoon hit the Philippines and caused flooding. Many homes, including this one, were affected. The poor family didn't expect the water level to be so high. By the time the water entered the house, it was too late to save their belongings. Fortunately, the piano was immediately repaired after the flood. After the disaster, this guy continued to play the piano, despite standing in a living room flooded up to his ankles. We think these two guys remembered the saying, "Go with the flow," but this person took it literally. We don't know where he's headed, but we hope everything works out for him. Crooked house. No, this is not a photoshopped video. The building you see actually looks like this in reality. This is a small crooked house in Poland, built in 2004, and it has an amazing view. From the outside, this building looks as if it's crooked. The building was distorted with asymmetric windows and oddly shaped columns. This 4,000 square meter building is a functional structure with shops, office spaces, restaurants, and even bars. Monkey steals things. What is your most unforgettable experience while traveling? Perhaps something special like watching a sunset or hiking a mountain you've never been to before. This woman will probably never forget how a monkey in Yunnan province, China, stole her bag while visiting a Buddhist temple. In the beginning of the video, you can see the monkey looking around for potential victims. A few seconds later, the animal approached a group of women. Suddenly, the monkey grabbed the woman's bag. A similar incident happened to a young man in Gibraltar. You can see him standing next to a macaque and you can already tell that the animal plans to do something unpleasant. Two men joke about something, but when the macaque grabs the backpack, they chase after the animal. You may be wondering why these animals behave like this. The thing is, monkeys and other primates are incredibly intelligent creatures. In Balinese temples, monkeys have learned to steal things from tourists. It happened that one tourist had food. He bribed the monkey to return what was stolen. The macaque saw this and learned to steal things to get food from people. For some, the idea that a cute little macaque can grab your sunglasses and then demand that you give it food to return what was stolen may seem charming. But many tourists find this phenomenon extremely annoying, especially since the monkeys have not only learned to steal for food, but also to distinguish expensive items from cheap ones. Friends, don't hesitate to leave comments under the video about what else you would like to learn. I will definitely fulfill your request. Bye for now.